Good morning, children. How are you? We are meeting after a long time, say about a week approximately. In between, you had your minor subject examinations. Hope your examinations have gone well. You have written well in the examination. Uh, the examinations were of French, GK, moral science, etc. And I think third language also. So I am confident most of you have fared well. Not most of you, all of you have fared well in the examination. Now your half-yearly examination is upcoming. It's coming. It's moving forward. That is on 20th of September. It will start. The routine will be given to you. So I hope your half-yearly examination will also go well. For that, you have to study all the subjects, not only my subjects, but every teacher's subjects. Every subject you have to study, because to score good marks, not only you have to study, but you have to understand it and you have to remember it. And to score good marks, there is one more thing, that is all the subjects have to be done well. Only then you will be scoring good marks. The total of the marks will increase only when you fare well in all the subjects. As far as social studies is concerned, one more thing I forgot to tell you. Yesterday it was a Teachers' Day. You know why Teachers' Day is celebrated on what occasion? That is the birthday of Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan, who was an academic of high acclaim and also the second President of India. So his birthday is celebrated as the Teachers' Day. I have received many wishes from many of you. Thank you so much for that. Whether you wish me or not, that is immaterial, but my blessings are always with you. I pray to Almighty that you develop into a very good human being. You learn and develop into a very good human being. That is first and foremost. Gaining knowledge to become a good human being, to become a good citizen of the society and of the country. That is most important. That is actually the essence of education. That is the actual meaning of education. Education does not mean gaining bookish knowledge. To transform you into a full-fledged good human being, that is the most important essence of education. So I wish all of you transform into very good citizens of the country. Okay. So as far as social studies is concerned, we were revising the evolution of transport. We have seen how the development of invention of wheel has contributed to the development of transport, especially after the invention of axle. The wheel was used for transporting goods from one place to other, to far-flung places. But as there were insufficient roads during that time, as there were no good roads during that time, so to reach very, very far area was very difficult. So people started exploring the sea route to reach from one place to another. Today we will study about or know about certain explorers who discovered new routes through the sea. Let us see. Some explorers. During the mid 15th and mid 16th centuries, many European explorers set out to find sea routes to distant lands. See, all the explorers you will find, they were all Europeans. That's the reason the Europeans came to far-flung areas, far-flung places. They carried out a trade and business, and later on they started establishing themselves as the ruler of that particular area. That includes the British. The idea of making huge profits often led rulers to pay for the voyages. The rulers of the country, they used to pay for the voyages because they used to think, if new routes are discovered, then we can exchange or we can carry our goods to those areas and we can earn a huge profit. By this time, shipbuilding had also improved. The ships had adjustable sails. See, these are the adjustable sails. These are adjusted according to the direction of the wind and according to the speed of the wind. Adjustable sails. By adjusting the sails to the direction of the wind, the sailors could move their ships faster. Okay, that means improved ships had already developed by that time. Let us read about Bartholomew Diaz. In 1488, that means in the 15th century, 1488, a Portuguese explorer called Bartholomew Diaz reached the southern tip of Africa. He could not go further as the sea was very rough, so he named the place Cape of Storms. Because why storms? Because he had to face storms of high speed. The sea was very rough, the water was very rough. That's why he named the place as Cape of Storms, and he could not go further. Later on, it was named the Cape of Good Hope because it offered explorers the hope of reaching the east. Okay, another explorer, let's read about him. Christopher Columbus. In 1492, this also in 15th century. 1400 something means 15th century. 1500 something means 16th century. Like this, 1900 something means 20th century, and 2000 something means 21st century. Now we are in the 21st century. In 1492, Christopher Columbus, an Italian explorer, Columbus was an Italian explorer, set out on a voyage to find a sea route from Europe to Asia. He actually intended to reach Asia from Europe. However, instead of sailing eastwards, he sailed westwards and reached the Bahamas. Later, it was proved that he had discovered a new continent. It was called the New World. That continent was America. Vasco da Gama. In 1498, Vasco da Gama became the first European to reach India by sea. 1498. That is towards the end of 15th century. His discovery of sea route to India marked the beginning of Europeans traveling to east to build their trade networks. He discovered the sea route, and then many Europeans started traveling to the east to build their trade networks. Trade means business, commerce. Then comes Ferdinand Magellan. Ferdinand Magellan, a Portuguese explorer. See, most of the explorers were Portuguese, isn't it? But Vasco da Gama, Christopher Columbus was Italian. Wanted to find a sea route to the East Indies or Southeast Asia as it is known today. Today, we have Southeast Asia, but in those days, it was known as East Indies. Between 1519 and 1521, he sailed around the world. Around the world he sailed. He discovered a passage between the Atlantic and Pacific Ocean. The passage was named the Strait of Magellan. During this time, it was popularly believed that the earth was flat. People believed, that the earth is flat, just like a table. Magellan's voyage means journey by sea. Magellan's voyage around the world proved that the earth was in fact round. Before that, they used to think that it was flat. But Magellan's voyage around the world, had it been flat, he would have fallen down somewhere. But no, he didn't. So it proved that the earth was in fact round, just like a ball. The discoveries of sea routes helped to expand trade and commerce. The Portuguese, Spanish, Dutch means Netherlands, Holland, Dutch, French, and the British came to India as traders. Soon they started to acquire territories. India became a colony of the British. Just see, they came to India not to occupy initially, they came to India as traders to carry out business and commerce. But soon they started to acquire territories. Why they started acquiring territories? Because it would help them to carry out their business, and also it would help them to have the raw materials available in that area, send it to England, and during this send it to England and sell it there. Not only England, sell it to many countries in the world, because by this time the sea route to many countries had been discovered. So they acquired territories to carry out their business more efficiently. India became a colony of the British, that we all know. In 1757, after the Battle of Plassey, slowly Robert Clive established the British colony in India, and later on, up to 1947, they ruled India, and 15th August 1947, we gained independence. Let's see whether we can do it. Early humans tied a number of logs to make a raft, R-A-F-T, raft. The wheel was invented about 2500 or 5500 years ago. It is 5500 years ago. Bartholomew Diaz reached the southern tip of Australia. No, southern tip of Africa. This is false. This is false. This is a jumbled word. We have to arrange it to make a meaningful word. This is Christopher. This is Christopher. Christopher Columbus reached the Bahamas. So this here we will write Christopher. Instead of a jumbled word, we will arrange it and write Christopher. Okay. Christopher. Christopher. Okay, children. So this is all we have today in our social studies class. Next class we'll see how advancement in science and technology improved your transportation further by the invention of steam engines and many other inventions, many other discoveries during a particular time that improved the transportation. We'll see in the next class. Okay.